Hello, hello, hello. This is Abundant Lei 118. Thank you for joining my channel today. I hope you've had a wonderful, fabulous, miraculous day today. I'm going to go ahead and get us started with our collective energy read. And then if you are a Scorpio, make sure to join me on our Scorpio section to do our money matters reading this week, okay? And then so it is our Mindful Monday. Starting off, I am going to be using our Money Moves Oracle deck today as our 3 cards. And then I'm going to do What's the Tea as our extra energy. So let me go ahead and grab those decks out now so we can be all good and ready to go. If you hear some shuffling and moving around, that is probably my dog. He is on timeout. He broke out of his cage and decided to go on a little mini rampage this morning. He just knocked everything off my desk. I guess he got excited. He was trying to jump in the window, and yeah, he went a little haywire, so he's on timeout. Okay. I have our protection mist. You can get this from Jalyssa's messages. Go ahead and put that on my hands really quickly. Clear out the energy here. I also have sage burning in the corner. And let's get started. I always have to take a whiff. I just have to, guys. It just smells so good. Today has been one of those days where I woke up so excited. There's a lot of big changes coming for me in this week. There's still things that are I'm waiting for answers to come back on. So that's that part. But outside of that, I'm just very excited, I'm in a good mood. And like, it's even funny when I came in the house and saw, because I normally take my kiddos to school in the morning, and we can, we just like go out together and have like conversations, and it's just like bonding time with my babies. And today was just one of those days where like I woke up super energized. My kids looked happy. I was happy. Like, even though they were a little tired because they were up playing a little bit later than they should have, I kept telling them to go to bed, guys. But look, when they get to that age where they're like, you can tell them go to bed 106 times. Every time you come check on them, they're in there giggling and pretending to be asleep. Look, I told them, look, you guys got to deal with the consequences. Mommy can only do so much. But they were just kind of... They're a little bit tired, but we still were having such a good morning. So to come in and see like the house kind of destroyed, because he didn't just like he broke open his cage, and then he like, I don't know if he just decided to just run around and like knock over everything in his path or what, but he definitely did. And my son left his collar on, because we normally take his collar off. Had a card shootout, guys. Ooh. We normally take his collar off. Ooh, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna adjust the lighting. I can't see the cards on the screen. Okay, let's see if that makes it better. Sometimes being in front of like my window, is that better? Yeah, okay, it's better. Sometimes being in front of my window, it comes in too bright, so I try not to have too much light on it. But then sometimes it's like it's not picking it up at all. Let's see. Like, is that better? Okay, that's slightly better. Okay, but my son left it on this morning because, like I said, they were kind of dragging a little bit this morning, and so I guess him running around and his leash is attached to his collar, which is normally why we take it off, because it's super simple to put on and take off. But he kind of like, I guess it was like swinging, and so it's just like the rapture of everything being knocked down because of that extra little detail. Now, he doesn't do it all the time, but he does some days just feel like he doesn't want to be in there, and so he'll like bust out and then rush over to the window, and that's where he created chaos, because coming to the window is where my desk is, and so he'll just kind of like bum rush everything and knock everything everywhere. It was literally everything was everywhere once I got in the house, and I'm just like, oh. But I wasn't even mad. I was more like just flustered of like, why you gotta do this? Why? Like, today is such a great day. Why you want to be like this today? Why you want to start the day off like that? But I just picked up everything and was like, you're not going to stop my shine. I already had, like, on my way back, I was like, ooh, I can't wait to get in the house and do the reading for the collective today. And so it's kind of like, I think there's things collective that's happening, right? Maybe relationships, connections, whatever it is. But there's things happening for us right now that like it's in the air, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen just yet, right? And honestly, it's not for us to try to figure out. It's more for us to have just trust and have faith. And as you do that, it'll work out for you. Like, that's the best way I can say it. I'm going to do that. I wanted to actually shuffle this while I'm talking so that I can have that done and just can pull the card when it's time. But I feel like that's really what the lesson is for me today. And I feel like, obviously, I was these little rants in the beginning, and they're normally some type of energy that us as a collective, we kind of need to know, because it's just what's floating in the collective energy when I'm walking on my way back home. And I feel like what Spirit is more or less telling us is like, you get to choose to be happy. Happiness is not something someone gives to you. It's not something you find under a rock. It comes from within yourself. Your joy, your peace of mind, all of that comes from you. And like, when other people can feel that on you, what they're feeling is just you living in your natural aura. Like, I won't say every human or every spirit having their human experience is naturally peaceful. Some people truly thrive in chaos, right? That chaotic energy, because they have so much energy within them that, like, it's almost like they feel like they have to have some type of chaos to feel calm. And truly, that is like more like a defense mechanism, just to be honest. But I'm someone that naturally thrives in peace, but I'm super empathic, and I've been that way my whole life, to the point where, like, I'm naturally a more like calm water energy. Like, imagine the most peaceful, serene lake you've ever seen. Obviously, underneath the surface of the water is living, right? There's movement and all these other things. But the general, like, top of the water tells you that there's peace and calm here. That's why the life underneath is thriving, because the water itself is calm. I can't control the storms within the water, but the water itself does not have to be chaotic for it to be a beautiful body of water, and for it to be filtering and doing all the other things, right? Maybe there's a natural waterfall that falls into the water, which is why the water is always pure and fresh and clean, right? So the water can be calm because the chaos is handled elsewhere. That's the energy I'm getting today. That there's going to be things that come up for you this week, and obviously it's the beginning of our week, so I gotta say it that way. But there might be things that come up this week, and maybe even just today, that are going to have you walking into other people's chaos, right? Like I said, my kids, they didn't go to sleep, so then they woke up and they were a little draggy, right? Did that throw off my day? No. I've been bubbly and giggly and laughing and making jokes and being tickling, and like, I was complimenting my kids on their outfits, and like, I complimented my kids like 4 or 5 times. And my daughter's outfit today, she really did her thing. She's 6, and she's at that point where she's learning her own like expression of identity through her clothes. And my daughter, like, I told her, I'm like, you dress like a debutante, and I love it. I'm here for it. My daughter is a Taurus rising. She's an Aries sun, and then she's also a Libra moon. So she is double Venetian energy with fire right in the center, right? And like that opposing energy fire. So it's not even like it's out of balance. She's one of the most balanced, energetic people I have ever met. And truthfully, when I was pregnant with her, like, both my kids, my pregnancy was different based off of them, okay? With my daughter, I was the most glamorous, gorgeous version of myself. I'm a Scorpio. She triggered the Taurus within me. She triggered my most Taurus, like, I won't be bothered with your foolishness. Normally, I'm someone that's like trying to work things out, and no. During my pregnancy with my daughter, look, if you irritated me, I'm just cutting you off. It wasn't even anything to discuss. You had one time, and I meant that one strike, and I would never talk to you again until after I had the baby. And that was literally what I would tell people the entire time. So now that my daughter is getting close to that age, because around 7 is the year when kids start to finally detach from mom. She's almost there. It's almost back to her birthday season, right? And she's almost at that point, and I'm starting to see her identity really rising out of her, right? She's kind of blended in and been like just part of the crew up to this point. But now I am starting to see that transition, and my daughter's Venetian energy is the most beautiful energy I've ever seen. And so today, like, I did her hair last night, and then So her hair's up, it's like really cute, and it's got like these little tendrils I put there, and it's just like I did a whole thing to her. And I was telling my son, like, I'm so grateful for him being my first child, because he got to be the child that I practiced braiding on. And because he was a boy, it was really just more like straight back braids. But because I built the skill on my son, now all these beautiful cute hairstyles I can do on my daughter is all because of him. So I was telling him, like, oh my God, you both are so beautiful, and you're so handsome, and she's so pretty, and I love your outfits. And we went on our walk, and I was just telling my daughter, I'm like, girl, you are just such a little debutante. And my son was like, Mama, you ain't complimenting my outfit. And I was like, first off, I complimented your outfit like 47 times this morning, like literally this morning, just 47 times before we left the house, okay? Not even when we went outside. But I was like, I always compliment your outfits, because my son is my little artist, okay? And he color theories his outfits. Like, he's only 10, but he color theories his outfits. So he picks a color, and he does shades of that color throughout his outfit. And he might throw in like a peak of some other color. You're like, why would you put that in there? But then you look at the accents of his outfit, and it's like, this boy's a genius, like a color genius, right? And so I'm like, sir, I have complimented your outfit 47 times before we even left the house. And all I'm doing is just like helping her boost her confidence a little bit on our walk. But I realized he needed that confidence boost too. And I was just like, my bad if you felt like I didn't acknowledge yours. I did, like a bunch of times. But I guess once we got outside, it's like, I still want that same thing. And so that's additionally a part of it, right? Like, there's going to be, you're doing your best. You're showing up, and you're just loving on the people that love you, and you're enjoying these moments, and you're being silly, and you're having a good time. And sometimes somebody might say, even though you may have done it so many times before, this person might come back and be like, you didn't tell me I was special. Like, you didn't tell me I had the specials too today, right? And you're like, yeah, I totally did. And you did. But because you're giving it up to someone else as well, that person may feel like, I feel left out. Even though you're giving it to them, they want more too. And so don't allow it to make you upset, because it didn't upset me. It was more of like me having this moment of like, aw, you really do care. Like, you really do care that I enjoy what you do. And so I went on a whole little tangent after that, because after he said, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that you felt like that. Like, I definitely commented your outfit 47 times this morning. And I'm going to keep saying that number, because, guys, I probably did actually comment on his outfit about how nice his outfit was like 47 times. But I wanted to highlight that it's okay if someone tells you that while you're doing a good job, and you're like, hey, but I did it this many times, I could definitely give it to you more though. Like, there's nothing wrong with just adding a little extra. People, like, when someone is telling you that they want your compliments, it's because they value what you think of them. And so instead of taking it as an insult, take it as take it as a compliment. Like, your opinion of this person matters to them. And so they see you giving that love and that attention to someone else, and they're like, I want that too. I like that too. Look at it as a compliment, because it's a total compliment. You can't control other people's storms, and that's where I was coming from with that. But you can, once it's been brought to your attention, acknowledge like, oh man, I'm very valuable to this person. Like, this person really values me. They value my time. They value my attention. And I'm so happy that I can give it to them. If you start coming from it from that place of like, oh man, like, yeah, like, I'm sorry you felt like, I only did 47. You wanted me to do 56. Let me give you the other 6. That was not 6, guys. Y'all don't judge me. Okay. The way my brain did that math and was wrong. But you get my point. Like, go ahead and give them extra compliments, because all I did from that point forward was then I switched it and was like, oh, you're fly this way, blah, blah, blah. And then all I saw was that little creak of a smile pop up on his face, because he's getting in that age now. He's almost a preteen. I mean, technically he is a preteen at 10, but I don't really feel like preteens are preteening until they're like 11 or 12, because they're like, I'm totally like almost a teen. He's still kind of in his little, I just left 9, I'm still a little innocent phase, but he's starting to get into a point where his confidence, he needs more of it, right? And so I want you guys to realize, like, the people around you value you. They value your opinions. They value the way you make them feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. So don't judge yourself because someone tells you, hey, I need more. It's not them saying you're not giving enough. It's more of them saying, what you give feels so good. Can I please have seconds? And I'm hearing that, can I get a refill song in my head. So it's kind of like you fill them up with this good energy. And now they're like, I feel like an addict at the bar. I'm trying to just give me some more of your love. It feels so good. Okay. All right, guys. I know tangent went long and I love it. Bottom of the deck. Oh, look at that. Sweet success. It is not difficult to get everything you want and enjoy it. Get what you want. Well, isn't that such an awesome way to come into this reading? I just talked about people coming to you to ask for what they want, and they just want more of your sweet loving. And look at what we have. You'll get everything you want. You'll get everything you want. Just ask for it. So that just adds on to what I was talking about. So not only was I able to give someone what they wanted, what they needed from me, but it made me successful as well because it was a compliment to how good my love is, how good my compliments feel. It turned back onto me. So it's like by giving to others, you really do give back to yourself. And now everybody feels successful. Everybody is winning. Everybody feels loved, right? So don't get into yourself and doubt it. Start to see where you are adding into someone else's success by giving them exactly what they need and what they want. And don't judge yourself for it. I think it's so easy to get into that place of like going the opposite where someone calls out something that they need from you and you immediately go, oh, so does that mean that I am lacking, right? You go into that lack energy. And when you feel like you're lacking, you start to attack yourself. That's just nature, right? If you feel like you don't have enough, then you start to pick apart what you do have. Instead, if you go in it with gratitude, it's like, oh, you like my compliments. Oh, you like the way I make you feel special when I tell you how special you are and how creative you are. I love that, right? Card that shot out. I'm going to move this to the side. Love life. So sweet success in your love life. It says free from problems and money troubles. Enjoy the passion of love. Love and be loved. I mean, that can't get any simpler. This reading today definitely relates to my little tangent this morning about just giving love and how those little moments of you just being so in love with you, and then now you can share all that love with the people around you. It is felt, right? You bring so much peace, joy, kindness, charisma, you're excitable. People love being around you. And like, you don't realize that when you're just expressing that love outwardly, it has such a huge impact on the people around you. And then they want to give that love back. It takes nothing but a few seconds to change someone's whole day. And I've seen it firsthand where, like, as a mom, you say something and you're not trying to offend your kid, but immediately you just see their whole energy shift because that one thing just crushed their day. It does it have to stay that way? Absolutely not. And I teach my kids that even if mommy says something, your opinion matters more than mommy's opinion. If mommy's calling something out, because 9 times out of 10, mommy's not attacking. Mommy is calling you out on some type of behavior that you don't want to address at that moment. And unfortunately, it's my job. Well, no, let me say, unfortunately, it's my job. It's my job to call out the things that you're doing that we can work on, especially if you're taking that same energy to project it on someone else. If we're telling someone else how they can improve themselves, mommy's always going to revert back to, okay, you're telling that person, now what can you work on for yourself to be successful? And sometimes kiddos don't want to hear that. But the truth of it is, I constantly remind my children, we cannot control other people's behaviors, their actions, their thoughts, how they interpret things. That's not our job. What we can control is ourselves. We can control the way we feel about things. We can control the way we let things make us feel. So if you focus on those things in yourself, you're doing your job. You're doing your best part. When you start trying to tell others how to do their part, but you're not working on your part, who's going to work on your part? And so I constantly try to remind that. So when you're loving on people, it's not your job to determine if the love that they're receiving is the one that they want, right? Do we all have different love languages? Absolutely. But it's our job to know what our love language is so we can properly educate the people around us on how we need to be loved in order to feel love. Because it is different for every single person. And there's nothing wrong with everyone having different love languages. That's how our world survives, is that we have all these different ways that people receive and express love. And a lot of times people talk to you in their love language, and they need their love, and they want their love language fulfilled too. And when you start to feel like someone is speaking to you in your love language, you want to give them more of their love language, right? And I think us all experiencing loving ourselves, and there's a huge shift happening. I don't know if it's just because we're in Libra season, which is all about that mental love. So like the thoughts around love is changing. As we're going into Scorpio season, which we definitely know Scorpios love some of that physical love energy, right? I feel like there is a push to start letting love just come in and flow around you, and just embrace it and enjoy it. Enjoy the love, guys. Enjoy the love. I'm seeing November 20th pop in my head. So November 20th might be significant. I do know that is when the shift from Capricorn in Pluto changes and it goes into Aquarius. So maybe around that time, something big is going to happen in your love life, collective, just because that's what it kept popping up in my head, something between the 20th and the 22nd. Okay. So that shift when we're going out of Scorpio season and into Sagittarius, there may be a shift in your love life. And that actually doesn't shock me, knowing that Capricorn will be finally leaving Pluto and Aquarius will be in there. We probably have a little bit of shadow phase, but more or less it's going to be Aquarius, which is going to change that deep, feminine energy shift. So feminine falling more in love with her mind and her creativity and her outward expression, and having conversations that are out of the box, and just all this beautiful Aquarian energy coming through with this deep Plutonian essence. First card, resources. Oh, I love the resources card, guys. Okay, so be grateful for what you have and save something for the future. Use wisely and as needed. You got resources coming in. Oh my goodness. So you have success, you have love, you have resources. Like there's so much good energy coming in. I'm noticing a trend with hands. Okay. So I'm going to look at the other cards and see if we have more hands, but look at the hands. Right? And oh my goodness, that's so crazy. I just talked about like your self-love, right? So this person, these are their hands together and it's full of love. And in the second card with love life, now they're taking their hand that they just imbued it with love, and look at the energy behind it. Like, do you see the colors? The love that they imbued it in their hand here is now being expressed into the other person's hand. And you start to see these beautiful colors start to form on the other hand. I cannot make that up. Oh my goodness, Spirit is so awesome. Bright ideas. Ooh, so have an innovative new inspiration. Test new ideas and break out fast. Take action on your ideas. You're going to get some new ideas coming in. Something that's going to help you bring in more resources, possibly even help you on building that beautiful, loving relationship that you desire with someone. Whatever you're doing this week, collective, because again, this is our Monday reading, so it's the start of the week, right? I just see success for you regardless of what you do. Whatever you choose, whatever you go towards, you're going to be successful in it. So please don't be fearful of what's coming in. I want you to be excited about it. Alchemy, okay? Using witchcraft, occult, and learning God's secrets transform the situation. Can't make it up, collective. I cannot. You have everything you need to be successful this week. Absolutely everything you need to be successful is right in your hands. That's that magician energy coming through. Like you have, and crazily enough, you have love, you have resources, you have love, right? You have the resources. So physical. So love is more the water energy. Resources is the earth energy. The bright ideas would be the air energy, and then the alchemy is the fire. Like you literally have all the elements here. So it doesn't matter what zodiac sign you are. Everyone is represented in this reading at this time. You have everything that you need to be successful, and you're going to be successful. It's not difficult to get everything that you want. Asking it is received. Asking it is given, right? The universe wants to give it to you. Collective. Oh my goodness. Okay. We got 2 cards that shot out for our extra energy. I'm going to take one is the success advice, one is the warning. Boom. Okay. Jackpot. Winning money, got rich, inheritance, unexpected money coming in. We got the resources card. This coming out, somebody hitting the lotto. Collective, I don't know which one of y'all went out there, but if you do, please send your girl $5. Okay, just send me $5. And if you want to multiply it a few times, I will never be mad at you, collective. But somebody is winning the jackpot. I'm seeing Mega Million jackpot. Look at the scratch off. Collective, don't forget me. Don't forget me when you get there. Please donate to my channel, okay? You can send something to my Cash App. Email me and be like, listen, Abundant Lei. Abundant Lei, I wanted to send you something because you told me I was going to win the jackpot and I'm a multi-millionaire now. And I'm like, oh my God, send me $5. And then you multiply it by 10. Now you send me $500. No, I said multiply by 10. Times 10 is what I meant. 10 times 10. Y'all got it. But oh my gosh, collective. But be careful. Okay, when I see divination abuser as the warning here, it's about someone who has spiritual gifts, but they're using them in the wrong ways. Confirmation from my phone. So and we do have that alchemy card, so someone might be learning witchcraft, the occult, just tapping into a more what was I gonna say? A more out of the box form of spirituality, right? There's nothing wrong with people who use tarot cards. There's nothing wrong with people who actually use witchcraft. There are pure witches in this world. Just like in any of the movies you've seen, there are the darker witches and then there's the white witches, right? The white witches tend to be people who use nature in her her intended form. They're herbalists, right? Those are witches, right? People don't think of oh, this person's a witch because they're using, no, they are. People who make skin tonics and all of that, those are witches, right? So they're using nature in her peak form to make the world a better place. But then we have people who use those same herbs and curse and condemn someone, right? That's what I'm saying. So a divination abuser is someone who's taking those same practices, but using them to harm rather than to better the people around them. So be careful. Somebody might be tapping in to you and realize you're close to this jackpot, or maybe they did tap into you. Maybe they got a reading on you or something like that. You don't even realize they got a reading on you, but they did. They got a reading on you and they tapped in and they saw you were about to have a lot of success, jackpot. And so they're trying to siphon your energy. They're trying to pull from you because you're so close to some type of breakthrough. They want those resources to come towards them instead. So that's the warning, guys. Don't be afraid. Look, you're protected. Sweet success tells me regardless of who comes in and what they're trying to do, you get what you want. No matter what, you're going to get what oh, look at that right underneath. Authority. You're protected. Be self-confident. Do not doubt yourself. Authority is right under sweet success. Don't doubt yourself, collective. Okay? You are protected. You're somebody sitting on a throne. You're protected. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in and trying to take. The thing about divination abusers, right? They don't think about the fact that what they send out has to come back to something. And I believe in the 4 agreements. If you've never read the 4 agreements collective, I advise you get it. It's a very small book. I think it's a total of 174 pages. That is a quick read. I know even if you're well, I don't read a lot, but that's a book you could typically read within a week. It's really, really, really short. It really is. It gets straight to the point, but it talks about the fact that things that and what's Neville Goddard? Which one was it? Awakened Imagination, I think it was. I think it's Awakened Imagination. I want to say it's Awakened Imagination. If not, it's one of the Neville Goddard books, so you might just look into it, or it could be The Art of Prayer. we've read a few Neville Goddard, so sorry guys. But it's one of the books I just recently read, and I know the two most recent are The Four Agreements and that. They both kind of hit on the same thing, so that's why I'm saying those two books in particular, but I believe it's another one that goes a little bit deeper into what I'm referring to, but it's about your belief system. What you believe can be done to you, can be done to you. And I'm saying that way intentionally. What you believe can be done to you can be done to you, but the opposite is also true. If you don't believe in something, it has no effect on you. So what I'm saying is, you can believe in tarot. You can believe in the light arts of witchcraft and the occult and learning like how to tap into like your truest, highest version of yourself. You can learn all of that. You can also learn that if someone is trying to hex you or curse you or just do something wrong to you, and you don't believe that you're able to be affected by those things, your energy will naturally protect you, because you can only do what you believe in yourself is something you want to do, right? So if somebody is wanting you to do something, that's where that comes from. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm seeing it in the sense of like somebody is tapped into you because they wanted to see what was coming, because they know that you're destined for success. Duh, we have jackpot here, right? We have sweet success, literally. You're destined for it in all areas of your life. And that person just wants a piece of it. So they're using the arts, right? The spiritual arts in a form to take from you. Well, not to take from you, but in a way to kind of like watch what you're doing. So almost like they're spying on you through the arts, the spiritual arts. Sometimes people are spying on you and they're not doing anything negative. They're just curious. But this one is more like someone is spying to see what you're doing because they want to interfere. You know what your protection methods are. And if for you it's just praying, prayer is your protection method. It doesn't mean you can like tarot and pray. I think a lot of people get confused in that. But you can have a beautiful connection with God, with source, with universe, however you call it. And you can still be someone who is interested in these things, right? All of this is truthfully just an eye-opening experience. It's the same way astrology works and other things like that, where it's like it's just ways to connect to yourself more, because the more connected you are to yourself, again, the more you know about yourself. If you know you're not someone that would ever use the spiritual arts to harm another, then that means that those things also can never hurt you. I hope that clicked finally for someone, because I kind of seemed like I was rambling, but I was getting to that exact point, right? They cannot harm you if you yourself would never do it to another, because what you would do to another is something you would also want done to you, because you believe in its ability to do something. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So whoever this is, you have the power to attract everything that you're wanting and that you desire and that you deserve. This is all deserved things. Because it's yours and you deserve it, that other person cannot take it from you, right? And the only way things get delayed in your life is by you choosing to believe that you can't have it right now. I'm telling you, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to have everything that you desire and more. And give yourself room to make mistakes. Because I feel like we think that because we want something, that means we won't have days when we have like doubts or things. You're gonna have doubts. The difference is, when you have a day of doubt, do you let it become a full day of doubt, or do you let it be like, I don't like that thought, that's disappointing, and I felt that way in that moment, but you know what, I have so many things around me that show me that that's not my reality. This is just a thought. That's exactly what it is. You're allowed to have those thoughts, and if anything, appreciate yourself for showing you that. Like, self, thank you for showing me that that's something that still kind of pops up every here and then, to say like, hey, do you still feel this way? Because that's what I feel like it always is. It's the spirit confirmation from my phone. It's spirit just saying, hey, do you still feel this way about yourself? Do you still feel like this lack thought that you had in the past is relevant to who you are now? The moment you're like, no, I don't think it's relevant anymore. I see so many other things that show me the opposite of that. And I'm so excited for what's coming next. And I'm just sitting in this place of like imagination and seeing all the beautiful possibilities and all the creative things that I'm going to be able to do and all the new people I'm going to meet. And all, you're living in that energy, baby, the jackpot is coming. I don't care who looks in. I don't care who comes in and sees that you're going to be wealthy. They're going to be loving to see you wealthy, and they're going to be on the outside. And mind you, they are on the outside looking in. If this was somebody who lived in your house, they wouldn't have to spy. Remember that. If I live in your house, I don't have to spy and see what you're doing because I live there every day. I'm a part of it. I'm included in the conversations. That's why this person is tapping in. They have no access to you other than peeking through the windows of your soul. Let them peek. Give them a good show, because underneath that authority was star power. Give them a good show, collective. Give them a good show. They realize you're the star in your own reality, and this is your reality movie. Like, this is your life story that you created, and you're the star of this beautiful story, and everything that you want in your life. I'm hearing that everything is awesome song playing in my head. So life is really good for you, and that's why this person feels the way they feel. That's why they're looking in, because they realize, man, you're over there thriving, and you are collective. But anyways, back to this. When you hit this jackpot, guys, come on. Your favorite, let's say all of us hit the jackpot together, right? Your favorite tarot girly, your favorite astrology girly, your favorite budgeting girly. She's over here. She was loving on you. She gave you the indicator confirmation from my phone. Bless me to be blessed, right? Everything that you give comes back to you 10 times the amount you gave. So wink, wink. That's also something I was just hearing in my head about giving. So if you are doing the lotto, right? Let's say you play the lotto, because it can be the lotto. I'm not limiting it to just people who play the lotto. And if you don't typically play the lotto, I'm not telling you go out and start buying a bunch of lotto tickets. The jackpot is just a form, a representation. Right? The card is just using that to show like a representation of the success and the winnings coming in. What I'm actually seeing is just you winning, like you getting that call back from that dream job. And they're like, oh yeah, we want to pay you billions of dollars to do the job, right? Like maybe not billions, but you get my point, where like it goes from not having, like you falling in love with yourself. And so then now you attract someone in who loves you for you. And they want to build with you, and they want to connect with you. Maybe you marry a rich partner. Maybe your partner comes in and they're wealthy. Now, booyah, jackpot. You hit the jackpot. Confirmation from my phone. Overnight, you took this person's last name. Overnight, confirmation twice from my phone. You took this person's last name, and overnight you become wealthy because you married into wealth. So now your life goes from this to this because of that. So maybe that's what someone's seeing. Let them see it. You are so close to the finish line. It's like you're at that final peak and you're running and running and the line is right there. Step on the line, babe. You just have to step on it. I think people forget, like people are like, no, you got to no, you have to just step. The first person who steps on the line is the winner. Crossing the line is just that more successful of like, yeah, I did it. You just have to step on it. The first person who touches that line is the winner. You are literally you're straddling the line right now. You're literally stepping on it. So baby, let the winnings come in. Let the success come in. Don't limit yourself to one way. Let the universe show you how many ways you can hit the jackpot. Okay? Because I see it all. I see love. I see financial support and assistance. I see the universe hitting you with the jackpot of ideas for business. And then I see the universe giving you the ability to take all the stuff that it just gave you and multiply it. Like alchemy speaks to you being able to take what you've gotten and make it work for you. Working smarter, not harder, right? So now you got all this thing and now you're so successful in all the areas. Like people reach out to you. So it's like maybe you're starting a business and you're still in the beginning parts of your business. And so you're like, well, I'm showing up and I don't know what's happening. Boom, jackpot. You book a client. Or somebody, you apply for a grant, boom, the grant is approved. Like it don't even take much time for them to approve it. Like you came in and you had everything put together. I'm talking about you had the statements for it. You had everything. You came in prepared, because that's what alchemy speaks to. You came in prepared. Because you came in prepared, boom, confirmation from my phone again. Everything got approved for you easily, effortlessly. You don't have to stress and worry about it. It just comes in so good. So, bottom of the deck was photo proof. So everything will be documented. So like I said, so if there is some type of divination abuser, everything is documented. What they did is documented. And also your success confirmation from my phone will also be documented. So it'll be like, it's the difference of like somebody comes in and says, hey, you stole my, you know, oh, my brain had a word and then it just went out. It's like you stole my my work of art, right? Confirmation from my phone, something's going off. So this might actually happen to someone collective. So if you're someone who does like art, and it's not just like physical art, it could be like intellectual art. Like I was actually seeing like something on like a computer screen. So like maybe you create stock photos or something. Someone takes your photos but doesn't pay you for your photo. So it's like maybe you are a photographer, right? Maybe you're actually, and I say this with the person having a camera, right? But maybe you're a photographer. Someone takes your art and sells it for stock photo. You get to sue them. And because you can prove timestamp of, no, this is from my site. This person would have had to check my site, and you know, you're able to get like documented proof of like their web address or something visiting your site type thing. And then after that, now the image is sold in stock. And so now that other company who bought it, while yes, they're unfortunately, you know, stuck in the middle of something, they're like, we didn't do it though. Doesn't matter. The person who sold it to you had no collective rights to sell it to you. So now they have to pay you. Boom, jackpot. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like unexpected resources coming in from things that you didn't even think would be a thing. But it becomes like so, and oh my goodness, collective. You know what I love about the universe is how everything comes back and ties back. Remember how I talked about how like sometimes you're in the midst of some mess that you didn't start, but you still are like there. And because you have such a positive outlook on things in general, that it just somehow works out in your favor regardless. So like I said, like that person coming in saying, well, this didn't happen, or I want more of this, or I need more of this from you, and da 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 da. And you being like, oh, okay, I can show up in that way. And that's what I felt like when I just was reading for this card. Like that person, that company actually benefits from working confirmation from my phone with this photographer, right? Clearly they bought your stuff, that work that other person sold. Now that other person's getting in trouble because now the company is like, we're suing you because we want the money back that we paid you for this image, and you stole this image and had no rights to sell this image because it's, you know, copywritten or whatever. And that person suffers. The person abusing, taking advantage of someone else's stuff, right? Trying to utilize other people's stuff without their permission, right? But you ended up getting blessed. The company ended up getting blessed, and you hit the jackpot on it, right? You got the financial blessing because that person took something of yours, but inadvertently put you in a space where now you have been able to create a contract with a company you never heard of, never worked with, but they love your art. They love your photographs. They love what you're creating, right? This is you just creating the way that you create. It's no other thing from it. But because of this person that came in who had malintentions, and I put that there in quotations for a reason, guys. That person's intentions may have truly been like, oh, I'm just going to take this because I can, right? And so they're going to deal with the consequences of what they did. However, because that person did what they did, your work got seen by a company that now is like, well, I love your art. We actually were able to go to your site since now we have the source material, and we would love to work with you and be able to either have you create stock photos from us based off the stuff that you do because it works with our business branding and the imagery that we like, or even take some of the ones you already have and build a contract in where you get some type of commission built off of the photos that you provide that are selling, like, you know, and I'm saying like your photos are so good that they sell fast. Like people come in and buy that stuff in all types of things because they want to put it on stuff. So it's like something like that, where it's like, this could have turned out to be bad. This could have turned out to be negative. This could have turned out to be like, oh, it's going to be such a horrible thing. But it was so easy to get everything you needed to prove what you were saying, to prove that this was yours, to prove, because it was so like the universe is going to make it so effortless for you to be successful. So effortless that things that you didn't expect to come in. And like I said, collective, if this is to you, because I'm saying this because this is to someone specific, okay? I know it is. When you get there, don't forget to send your favorite tarot girly $5. But I really do, guys. I just really want to highlight, whatever this is, someone may have tried to use, other resources to pull at something that's yours, but whatever they took, they're going to have to pay back. And now they're paying it back with fees. Right? So they got in the way. They tried to, do something that was illegal, and now they're going to have to pay it back and then some. They're going to have to fix it, because it's not going to fall on you to fix it. But you get blessed twice, right? You get blessed because now this company has found your business and it's like, oh, I want to work with you. But also you're going to get paid out for what that person took. So what they took that they're having to now pay back, you're going to actually get the commissions on of that. So you're getting back pay for something. Mind you, you had no connection to this company. This other person did the work for you. So somebody who was trying to be your enemy ended up being the blessing in disguise for your life. So, okay. Look, collective. Like I said, just send your girl her $5. I love you guys. Okay. You can send it to my Cash App. Okay, guys. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. This is the end of our message. Let me see. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys to the world and over again and again. Let's see. I'm trying to think anything else. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can either go to my Abundant Lei 118@gmail.com, or you can book on my pin site. And you'll see prices listed there as well. It is easier to go to pin site, but you can always email me and I can just send you what the pricing is. So works out either way. And then let's see, anything else? Oh, you can always check me out on TikTok, Instagram. I'm on Facebook, but Facebook I don't really do much on Facebook. It's more just like, I watch other people's stuff on Facebook. It's more my fun channel. I mean, my fun social media that I just go to look at, like, oh, that's so silly. But I do have Instagram, TikTok, and obviously YouTube. So you can find me as Abundant Lei on all of those sites. I also will never comment to you in the comment section asking you to do readings and things like that. I know there's an influx of that happening, so I just want to start saying it now in the beginning so that no one is confused. I will not reach out to you and ask you if you want a reading. If you want a reading, I tell you how to book a reading with me. That's why I have a site. That's why I have my email there. Those are the only ways you can get a reading from me, and you see the exact links to those in my description box, because I don't want any confusion. If you didn't go to my direct link, it ain't me, okay? Let's see. I think that's everything. Well, as always, be blessed and be a blessing. Mwah! Bye, everybody.